Hey guys, and welcome to this week's show, the Funky Kit Live, and it's November the 1st, and it's episode 108, I believe, yes. So here at today's show, we have a special guest, Mike Petereyns from MP Customize, and we'll be talking about his mods and future mods, and of course, his projects in the past. So yeah, great. So let's start with today's agenda and have a look at what we have for today's show. Yes, as usual, we have the news and updates for our Funky Kit website as well as AMD 3D. Then we'll move on to the special guest, Mike Petereyns from MP Customize. And then, of course, we'll do the rig builder and then mods of the week. And these mods are taken from the Extreme PC and Modding group. We have over 45,000 members, so thank you guys for joining and becoming a member. It's a place for all mods. If you've got mod that you want to post, go there and, of course, get some ideas as well. And then after that, we'll do a quick couple of minutes break, and then we'll do the a general chat. And of course, the biggest news of last week, which was the AMD Radeon 6000 RX 6000 series announcement. And then, as usual, we'll do the live prize giveaways and of course competition announcements on our website. And then we'll wrap it up with next week's preview. So let's have a look. Mike, see how you're doing. Say hi to everybody. It's Mike with his glasses. Great. Yeah. So as usual, let's have a look at the websites of Funky Kit and AMD 3D. So let's have a look. And here we have the AMD and Funky Kit websites. And let's have a look. Before we start, let's have a look who's online. We have Jahel Zone Alonso. We have Rattle Row. Hi, how you doing? All good? All good. Okay, let's start with the Funky Kit website and have a look at what some of the reviews that we've done in the past. Okay, so first off, we have Cooler Master MM720 gaming mouse, and this one is a lightweight mouse from Cooler Master, and it's done from review by Chris, and it's a very nice mouse. This is a fat mouse. It's not one of these what do you call it? These kind of elongated mouse. It's actually shorter. It's quite fat, and yeah, look at it. It's quite nice. This one's retails for about $50 US, and yeah, has it got RGB? Let me have a look. I think it has RGB. It's got some RGB lighting effects. Maybe not this one. It doesn't show any RGB lighting. Oh, it does. Yeah, here you go. RGB lighting effects. Nice. Okay, so this is the Cooler Master MM720 gaming mouse, and then we have also this one. This is interesting. It's the 6K HD wide angle lens with macro, 20 times macro. Yeah, so this is ideal for if you have an iPhone and you take a lot of photos with your iPhone, and you know, you want to do some tests and everything. So yeah, this one interesting because you can unscrew the actual wide lens. It becomes a macro lens, and you can check out the video as well. And look at the macro shots I get in. Look at that. This is have a guess. Mike, what is it?
Depends on the CPU socket.
That's right. It's from a Z490 chipset. That's the LGA 1200 socket. Look at the pins. Look how detailed that is. That's taken from an iPhone with that lens. And we also have look at the crown on that Rolex. You like that?
Oh.
Right? That's one of these laser etched on the sapphire glass. Very nice. Yeah. So yeah, this one only costs like $15 to $20. So why not? It's extremely good value for money, and you can take some really nice close-up shots. The wide angle is a little bit not too good, but it's got like a little blurry on the ends, you know, kind of morphed. But yeah,
Can be happy to do a restoration of some small electronics.
yeah, that's right. And it's only like $10, $15, $20 maybe to get one of these. So very nice. Then we have another Cooler Master mouse. This is a MM711, and this one is the normal shape, not the fat type. And yeah, lightweight again. This is the blue one. This is the steel blue. Looks very nice. Again, RGB as well. And this one costs around about $52. This one again, review done by Chris. It's the blue steel MM711 Cooler Master gaming mouse.
Does it have ventilation in it?
Yeah, it's I think you can program it, the RGB on there, so very nice. And then we have SODIMM RAM from Bart. Bart reviewed this. Is the HyperX Impact 32 gig DDR4 3200 SODIMM. So this one, again, if you have a laptop, a gaming laptop, for example, so these ones are good for upgrade if you want to get some nice speeds on your RAM. So yeah, so check out the review done by Bart. And those are the reviews on our website. Of course, do check out our website for more news, reviews, and hot tips. And of course, we got some news announcements from AMD with the Radeon RX 6000. And this is also interesting. Intel, I got to give it a boo on this one. The 11th core Rocket Lake S, the next generation.
Oh yeah.
Only 8 cores. I mean, what the hell's that? But anyway, that's Intel for you. They might have some time to catch up with AMD, but hey, it's going to be a words of wars between the two anyway. Always. Okay, AMD 3D. This is our sister site. It's all to do with AMD. Anything AMD related. AMD, whether it's a Ryzen, Radeon, Xbox, PS5, whatever. Yeah. So check out AMD 3D. We've got some news about of course, the AMD Radeon 6000 announcement. So very interesting. We did the article on this. We did the live stream earlier in the week. Very, very attractive piece of kit, graphics card. I would love to see the performance, see how it compares against the AMD NVIDIA GeForce RTX 3080 and 3090. So yeah, so news about that. We'll talk about that in our show later on. And moving on, we have also Sony giving away their PS VR camera adapters for PS5. Interesting. Maybe they want to attract more buyers for their PS5. Cyberpunk, yes, delayed for another delay. This time until the 10th of December. We'll see how that goes. And then, of course, we got some announcements about RX 6800 XTs from MSI, Power Color. They're starting to release their announcements over the next couple of weeks. So yeah, interesting. So again, anything to do with AMD, please visit our website, our sister site, AMD 3D. So those are the websites done. Let's have a look at the chat, see who's online. And we have Lost Trooper, Jason. Hey, we also have Rattle Rose. Yep, that's fine. We're all good. We're getting some viewers now. And we're available, of course, on Twitch, Facebook, YouTube Live, and Periscope. Okay. Oh yes, the daylight saving. Yes, you guys put behind minus 1 hour, right? So it was 3 p.m. Now it's 4 p.m. I think. So actually, no, you guys didn't change. We actually had to forward our time zone. Anyway, it's a bit complicated. Time zones, right?
It helps when you use the special invites on the agenda.
Oh yeah.
Because the server calculates the time zone you're living in, so you don't really have to worry about the time zone differences.
Oh, crazy. All right, next we talk about Rig Builder. We talk about Rig Builder every week because this is the tool that we use, we want you guys to use. It's basically a system configurator. So let's go on to the website and have a look. On top left hand corner you'll see the Rig Builder. So let me click on that, and what it is again, it's a simple system configurator where you input your criteria, and of course it'll bring up some prices. So you have category, workstation or gaming. So we'll select gaming, for example, and then we'll select the budget, say 1500, and then processor or AMD Intel. So Mike, pick a choice, Intel or AMD.
AMD.
Okay, AMD. What about graphics card, NVIDIA or AMD?
That's a hard one now. Huh?
Oh, how about we stick with NVIDIA for now, right? For now. All right, okay,
yeah,
so
we only have 100 budget.
All right, we'll hit submit, and what'll happen once you hit submit button, it will go to the Amazon store and bring up a list of components best matching your criteria. Now, it's not a random kind of mix and match, but for example, it'll come up with, say, some processors. Here you go. So we got a Ryzen 3800 XT or a 3700 XT. So it will match your motherboard with the processor. So here we go. I think I'll go with the 3800 XT. And you can see the motherboards here matching the processor. We got the X570 here as well. We got some nice boards here. So I think I'll go with, say, Asus here. That's good. And then we'll move on to graphics cards. So we selected the NVIDIA. Again, we got based on the $1,500 budget. It'll come up with, say, 2600 RX, RTX. So that's good enough. We got MSI or EVGA. We'll stick with, there you go. How about EVGA? And then we'll move on to memory. On the matching memory, we got DDR4 RAM in there. We got some from Crucial. We got some from Corsair and so on. Hey, Crucial looks pretty decent. There we go. I'll go with that. Maybe solid state drive, SSDs. Here we go. So got some nice drives there. Western Digital. Hey, Mushkin. You have a Mushkin? Remember them?
It's a long time ago.
Okay. Yeah. They come up all of a sudden. Power supply, 850, 750. 750 is fine. And then we got some cases there to choose from. I like this one, NZXT. That's good price as well, $99. So once you're happy with that list, you can actually hit buy all. It's not really buy all. It's more of a kind of a summary of all the components. You can see there of all the components listed available right now. Wherever it's not listed or not available, it'll come up here. And then you can go back to select or reselect some of the components. And then once you hit continue, then it'll take you to the Amazon cart where you can actually then purchase if you need to. So of course, we need some people to try this out a little bit more. It's still in beta stage, and we want people then to play around with it, give us some feedback, any comments and things like that. So thank you guys. So this is Rig Builder. So help us with the system configurator and hope you enjoy it. All right, so back to the chat. We have Mr. TV Tunes, yes, or Mr. TV001. Lost Trooper, yes. So these viewers are coming online, all good. All right, so of course we have our special guest, Mike Petereyns from MP Customized, and of course we'll talk about some of his stuff. So Mike, tell us who you are, what you do, and where you're from, and of course what you are all about. Mike, over to you.
So my name is Mike Petereyns. I have a small modding company in Belgium. It's called MP Customized. It used to call PC Customs, but I changed the name 6 months ago, and I changed my logo to be a little bit more professional and to add my initials of my name in it to be more connected with my personality and my company. So here in Belgium, I have like this man cave full of equipment, laser cutter, 3D printers, CNC milling machine. I have an entire workshop. Behind this wall here is my big workshop. Everybody thinks this wall is like only for photo shoots, but behind this wall is like my big work space.
Hey Mike, I see that it's like it's got like a lighting effect. Is that just light shining onto it, or is it actually a kind of, I know, LCD panel or something?
No, it's just acrylic panels.
Acrylic panels,
that are laser engraved with all the logos of my partners.
Yeah.
And when you put them together and you put one LED strip around it, everything illuminates because it's a special acrylic that has this pass-through effect.
Yeah. Okay, great. Let's go move on to your page. Let me bring that up. Basically, you have a Facebook page which has a lot of information. So let me just bring that up now, right here. See that there? And so you have the nice logo, MP Customized, and you have all your sponsors right there. And you're based in Belgium, and I've seen you've got some nice videos as well. And we've got some past projects. Let me scroll down to here. Look at some of the projects that we've done here. Very interesting. Yeah. Look at all these. Look at all that. These are like lots of projects that you've been doing. Let's click on some of the stuff which is more recent. Let's have a look here. You have this one right here. Tell us a little bit more about that. This is wow, look at that.
This one is based on a Core P5 from Thermaltake. I think 3 or 4 years ago, I made this crazy mod for the Thermaltake Invitational case mod competition.
Yeah.
It's actually a Core P5 from Thermaltake that's completely transformed with a custom base panel, and the hardware is all configured on one plate and connected together with one big manifold or distro plate, how you call it.
Right.
So the water cooling is actually running through the distro plate and connecting all the water components to each other in one loop.
Yeah. So you mentioned about distro plate. So this is the first time I've seen your mod with the distro plate. This is the first time you've done the distro plates that you And
yeah, that was the first one.
Yeah, so that's the first one. And actually from that, Thermaltake have actually taken your idea and actually done distro plates themselves as a case, as an add-on, as like a reservoir kind of distro plate for their products. So from taking your idea, they actually got a whole range of products based on the distro plate series that they've got, right? So yeah, I must admit, this is one of the coolest mods I've seen. You have plenty, of course. This one, of course, is the first time I've seen distro plate in action, which I thought, wow, So that's great. Any more comments on this one before we move on to the next one?
I think this build really pushed it in the world of the distro plates.
Yeah.
Like everybody's like, oh, what the hell is this? Some people done it before, but not in this scale and not that big.
Yeah.
And yeah, it took me eventually to see Yas in Las Vegas and Taipei and everywhere in Europe.
How long did it take you? How long did it take you to this mod?
Oh, this one was almost 1 year to complete.
Wow.
Yeah. A very long time.
Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah. All right, moving on to the next one. This one is my
battle station.
Wow, this is like a spaceship.
Yeah, it's two systems in one scratch built chassis, if you can say it.
Yeah,
it's like on the right you have the AMD platform, and on the left you had the Intel platform.
All right,
and those two platforms were combined together with one big chassis, and all water cooled with built-in speakers, built-in monitor stand, built-in Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, built-in keyboard, docking station.
Wow.
You name it, everything was built in and controlled by a central, you can see it on the picture, a small LCD screen in the middle.
Oh, in the middle right here? Yeah.
It was like a Raspberry Pi.
Oh, you had a Raspberry Pi in there. What does that do?
Yeah. Well, it controlled the pumps and the fans speed.
Oh, right.
Yeah, and it even had a switch. Oh, yeah, it's like a small connector to the motherboard of Asus.
Yeah.
And if I hit that switch on the LCD screen, it would go into OC mode.
Oh, so you had a physical switch that you just click on it, and it'll take you to overclock mode. Wow.
Overclock mode, yeah. That actually opened up the sides of the case a little bit more to have more airflow.
Yeah.
And it changed the lights to red.
Wow. Okay. Cool. Let's have a look at this one. I like this one. This one is done for the Computex exhibition, right? And this one it's not based on a case. It's not a case, is it? Right? You just made it from scratch.
Yeah. No, it's based on the Thermaltake tower case.
Oh, the tower case.
Tower 900s.
And you modified it like crazy.
Yeah.
This is basically, for the viewers who don't know, this is based on the Taipei 101 tower. So they have a skyscraper named called Taipei 101, and the shape of the skyscraper, each section, if you look at it right here, this is how the tower, the skyscraper goes up. So yeah, based on that, and he's actually put in lots and lots of mods and stuff like that. Tell us a little bit more about the components inside.
Yeah, so everything was water cooled by Thermaltake, obviously, and like Asus is my main sponsor, so all the hardware, the motherboard, and the video card were all Asus. I don't really remember which series it was. I think it was the Rampage 4 code or something with the 7700 Intel.
Yeah.
With the G-Skill Trident Z RGB memory.
Nice. So it's got the screen theme going on. Does it actually change to a different color, or is it just green?
Yeah, the fans and the LED strips were RGB, of course, but the acrylic plates I used
Yeah.
were green, and they stayed green. But with one push on the power button on the top of the case,
Right.
the entire case would open up.
Oh, so the whole case was just open up.
Yeah, like two doors. You see in the middle the line.
Oh, right here.
Yeah, so the case, actually, there is a video on YouTube about that on the Thermaltake channel, where they interview me and where I demonstrate opening and closing of the case. And yeah, it was also controlled by an Arduino controller with some servo motors.
Nice,
That
nice.
opened and closed the 3D printed hinges. And yeah, it was also another crazy project.
Wow. Okay. Let's have a look at some of the stuff here. What about this one? Oh, this was interesting. It's got like an Audi theme going on here.
Yeah, this was also based on the Thermaltake Core P5 chassis.
Mm-hmm.
Like I used the previous chassis, I used the same design of the build plate on top of the chassis, and from there on I start from scratch and put all the components where I want, and make some more room for special passive radiators in the bottom, and everything had like this Audi e-tron theme. It was based on the e-tron.
Right.
So yeah.
Nice.
I drove with an Audi then, so I was kind of an Audi fan. Still are.
Excellent. And these are the past projects that you've done over the last couple of years, right?
A few of them, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, look at this one.
Yeah.
Look at this one. This is this got the nice water cooling there.
This was a client build I did for a friend of me.
Yeah.
Who really was into the DNA string. You see the DNA string in the reservoir?
Right. Yeah. Right here. Yep. Very nice. Okay. So out of from from your basic thoughts, how many mods have you actually done over the last since you actually started really get into the modding? Probably well over 50, 100, maybe 100 mods. You've done maybe more.
Oh,
right?
yeah. I stopped counting. Yeah, I think the past 10 years where I really started to pick up on a high level and getting bigger and bigger, maybe 100, yeah.
Yeah, and looking through this, I mean, some of the stuff that you do is just amazing, and you do a lot of laser cut kind of custom panels and things like that. So you integrate all that kind of stuff into your mods, and I noticed that some of the future projects that you'll be doing will have all this kind of whole kind of laser cut modified and everything that's purely kind of from scratch. So it's amazing. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, I always try to do something new every mod, but yeah, if like I did already 100 mods, it's very hard to keep inventing stuff and to keep being inspired.
I mean, yeah. You do. I mean, look at this. This Intel. I mean, look at this. This is crazy.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, it's really good. It's the Hypercube. Wow, look at that.
Hypercube.
That was done in 2016. Look at that. And all of these systems are, from scratch, and you build it. You have an idea that you're going to put into place, and on average, what's the kind of time frame that you spend on creating a mod? Anything from like 2 to 3 months or longer?
I think maybe 2 months now. 2 months is like the limit to have something really quality built. But I can do it faster too, but then I need to take a holiday from my day job.
Of course. Right. Look at some of this stuff. Amazing. Look at that. So George Thompson says, "Good day, Winston. Hi, Mike Petereyns. Arius 25 AU says, amazing builds, Mike, and credit to your craftsmanship. Rattle says, no coffee machine built in. So one of the mods you have, yeah. Lost Trooper, I love the setup. And yeah, so you get some good feedback from the viewers. So thanks, Mike, for obviously contributing to all the mods that you've done and showing us your mods. Of course, amazing creations that you've done. And yeah, so let me just quickly go back to your page, MP Customized. So again, this is again based in Belgium, and you do sponsored mods. You do mods that you if you have a PC that you think that you want to do customization, then you can actually go to you and find you and possibly come up with an idea, and then of course then you can then speak to the guy and see how it's done, right?
Yeah.
Right.
You can call it mod shop, but for PCs.
Mod shop for PCs, right? So well, this is the video that you've done. Is that something that you want to show people, or is it just more of a logo?
Yeah, it's my new intro I will using for my upcoming videos in the future. I will make some better high quality videos. So I needed a new intro.
Right.
This one is inspired on Cyberpunk. I really like the Cyberpunk theme around it. It really feels nostalgic to me because it reminds me of the 80s.
Yeah. So maybe you should create a really super cyberpunk mod over the next couple of weeks. Yeah. All right, okay. Let's have a look at let's mention about this one. You posted this last month, and this one is something that you're working on. I seen you doing a bit of sketching on this, and
Yeah.
so this is from scratch, right?
Yeah.
And tell us what you use to do this.
Yeah, so I use Fusion 360 as a CAD drawing program.
Mm-hmm.
So I design everything in Fusion 360 first.
Yeah.
Then I make a 3D render of it. So I can show my partners if they are interested in sponsoring me or not.
Mm-hmm.
So they have like a visual reference if it's appealing or not.
Yeah.
Most of the time, it's always good.
All right. So tell me, for example, I noticed you got some holes here. These are like for fans, right? Maybe.
No, actually,
no.
The fans are on the bottom.
Oh, here, down here.
Yeah, in the bottom there will be two 360 radiators on the left and the right side.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And in the top there are 3 Cooler Master logos.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah. This case is for the Cooler Master World Series 20.
2020.
Series.
Oh, right. Okay, so this is going to be the World Series. Okay, nice.
Yeah.
And
this is my participation to the scratch build entry.
Right, nice. Oh yeah, it's got the kind of Cooler Master shape logo of the shape, right? And
even the window is the Cooler Master logo.
Right, and so I noticed you got in the center here. This is where the board sits on the outside or the inside.
On the inside.
On the inside. Okay, cool. Yeah. Nice. And this is all done with laser cutting and stuff like that. Is that right?
Yeah. So it will be manufactured in 5mm aluminum.
Mm-hmm.
All 5mm aluminum that will be special powder coated.
Yeah.
And also on the left side will be a big, massive distro plate.
Oh, where to? On the left side? Which one? On this side, you mean?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. So a massive distro plate on this side, and you have a motherboard on this side. Nice. Okay, cool. Yeah. And where does the power supply sit? At the bottom here, right here.
Yeah. You see the 2 brackets?
Right here. Okay. Yeah. Wow. So yeah, you have to show us the not just the render, but once the product is actually the prototype that comes out, and then you have to show us that as well. Post it on your Facebook page. So guys, if you want to check it out, it's the MP Customized Facebook page right here, mp.customized.be Facebook page. Let me just type that into the chat so you guys can actually have a chance to visit. Oh, let me just get that right. Yeah, visit the MP Customized page. Here you go. Just type that in the chat.
Or my personal page is also very interesting.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
Excellent. Thanks, Mike, for sharing. And of course, we'll continue with mods and we'll talk about mods all day long. And tell us some of the how did you get yourself into modding? Tell us a little bit of a history about how you got yourself into modding, and then when did it really kick off for you in terms of the mods that you what inspired you, and where you're gonna take it for the next level. So start from the history how you started.
Yeah. It's very funny because it's been like this red line through my entire life is modding. Everything I had in my hands, I modded. It's like modding is like modifying something that you don't really like and can be better or nicer or efficienter. It's like making it better than it already was. So I started my first mod when I was 3 years old. I had like this small bike. I don't really remember a lot of it anymore, but I remember I had a small bike and it was blue, and I didn't like the color, so I took a paintbrush and just painted it in white, and I was just 3 years old. So covered in white paint.
Looking at the chat says Bob, Bob from thinkcomputers.org.
Bob.
Bob says, hey, this guy doesn't have sunglasses, you're fake, so put your sunglasses on.
Yeah, everybody tells me he's always wearing his sunglasses, but when I don't wear them,
who are you?
Like, who are you?
There you go, Bob. Sunglasses for you. All right, so from an early age you always wanted to do modding, and from bicycles, and then it started into like computers, right? And then computers, I mean, what was it that you wanted to do with the computer back then? It was just a beige box, and you thought you want to do something crazy with it, right? You want to do some colors on it and stuff like that, and this is where you started. Yeah,
it was like my first PC when I was 12 years old or something. It always shuts down when I was on the end of a level. So I was like, oh no, not again. I need to start all over again. And I was thinking about, why does the PC shut down? So I was like checking underneath the desk, and there was a lot of heat coming out of it. So I figured out, it must be the heat. So I opened the PC case, and it didn't shut down anymore. But after a few hours, in the end, it did shut down again.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, okay, it must be getting too hot. So I took like this big fan of the living room that rotates, big ones, and I put it straight on the chassis, and it really helped a lot. The PC didn't shut down anymore, so I was like, okay, so it's the cooling. So then,
you started using cooling fans, and then from there, what was the turning point when you did water cooling? What was it, the water cooling that you did? That was it because of the looks, or was it for functionality? What was it that made you go into water cooling?
Yeah, it was like back in the AMD Athlon area.
Mm-hmm. Athlon, yeah.
When you had like the CPU that was 2.5 gigahertz.
Right.
And if you wanted to go to 2.7 or 2.8, you needed extreme cooling.
Yeah.
For that.
Mm-hmm.
So then I figured out, maybe I can try and water cool it, because back then there were a few manufacturers who sold some water blocks for AMD Athlon already.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I kind of started to do water cooling then, but it was really for the performance of the PC back then.
Yeah.
Not only for the looks.
So with water cooling, it was both basically the water block, copper water block with a radiator and a pump. The pump would be like you said, what Shannon last week mentioned, it was like a fish pond pump, right? But also the tubing was back then, it was just rubber, kind of like soft tubing, right?
Yeah.
And
it was garden hose.
Yeah, exactly. And then I remember, I don't know where I got the idea from, but we used we used the coolant from the car radiators, right?
Oh, okay.
Antifreeze and things like that. That kind of worked. Yeah, that kind of worked. But that was the early days of water cooling. And then from there, it took off. And then people started wanting to make it look nice. They wanted to fit everything inside the chassis, because back then parts were outside the chassis, and now they want to put everything inside the chassis. Then you had connectors that you need to fit that correctly on the 12 volts, some of them on the 5 volts, and you need radiators that will fit inside the chassis. And yeah, it started a whole new generation of components for water cooling. And I think water cooling back then wasn't a big thing, but for the niche market, it was something that, like I said, for me and you, if we can create a nice looking PC with water cooling, everybody's like, wow, it like Shannon said, it doesn't it helps with the cooling, but it doesn't give you the cooling difference is not so much in terms of is it better than fan cooling. It was more to do with the cooling in terms of CPUs and stuff like that, and then also making it look nice. And it's all based on to your ambient temperature. So if your ambient temperature is how it is, like if it's like 25 degrees, then you're looking at a little bit over 25 degrees. But if you didn't have an ambient temperature, you haven't got the radiator, you haven't got the fan, then you're looking at just a standard fan. It may not be suitable for overclocking. So yeah, this is where the water cooling comes in back in the day. So yeah, it all adds up. So where do you think this whole kind of modding, water cooling in the next few years, what would you see coming through, and what kind of ideas will you think is going to come through with this modding and water cooling?
Yeah, if I look like the reference line of the hardware components the past 15 years, you see the heat production and the voltage it uses. There will be it's always like going higher and higher, right? Like the CPUs now have a TTP of 200 watts almost.
Yeah.
Under full, and the graphics cards have 300 almost. So up, and you have a lot of heat to get rid of.
Yeah, and a lot of people don't realize that not just the CPU, but also the graphics card produce a lot of heat. If you look at the latest one from NVIDIA RTX 3080, as well as the new AMD Radeons, they're over 250, 300 watts, right? So the heat from there is quite a lot. And also, don't forget that as we go along, water cooling is not just having a custom loop. Custom loop is a lot harder to do, but a lot of people now do a lot of the all-in-ones, and the all-in-ones is just as good. It's just so much more simpler if you want to have an all-in-one cooler, and it does the job just as good. And you get a lot of good ones, good-looking ones as well. Nice LCD block. You have a nice.
It's not as good as a custom loop, but it's for most of the people, it's good enough.
Good enough, yeah, that's true. Yeah. And also the other thing I see more and more of is the distro plates that we mentioned. So you guys of course done distro plates a lot, and I see a whole range of manufacturers moving on to having distro plates. EK is one of them, Thermaltake of course, and I've seen a lot of other manufacturers doing a lot of the distro plate, not just distro plate on its own, but with the distro plate with the pump built in, right?
Yeah.
So you have less hassle of where to put a pump, and it's just already built in. All you need is a 12 volts going in, and you get some nice fittings, and away you go. So yeah,
even distro plates that are special manufactured for special series of cases. That's always compatible with a certain type of case. And then you can really pinpoint the distro plate and the hardware, like in front, okay, the CPU will be there, and the pump and the fittings will be there. So it's very easy to think in front already how you have to configure your loop, because it's like fixed points that's already been fixed.
Yeah.
So you already know how to create your loop before you know it.
That's true. Okay, so apart from distro plates, what else? What in the water cooling world that apart from distro plates are moving on towards? Because distro plates was something new maybe a couple of years ago, and it's now becoming kind of moving into mainstream now as well. What other components do you think is going to come along and say, hey, we're going to change things around? Apart from the CPU block, I noticed GPU cooling now as well. Interesting. how in GPU cooling now, like I said, custom loop, they possibly could do an all-in-one GPU cooling, right?
Yeah. Well, I don't gonna say too much, but in my upcoming project that you showed, the special one with the
Right.
Cooler Master shape,
Mm-hmm.
actually it's based on the Dolby Atmos logo. That's why it's
Oh,
called Atmos.
nice. Okay. Ah,
But
true.
yeah, if I can say one thing, I will do again something extraordinary with that chassis. It's gonna be a distro plate with integrated cooling blocks inside of the distro plate.
Excellent. All right. So talking about all these mods, let's move on to this.
It's time for Mods of the Week.
That's right, mods of the week, guys. And let's have a look, see what mods do we have in mods of the week. Let's have a look at this one. So, Mike, what do you think?
Oh, it's a McLaren.
Yeah, McLaren.
Yeah, is
Yep.
it one big chassis or is it like a small
It's I think
scaled?
yes, a scaled model. Yeah, I believe it's. I don't think. I think that someone actually bought. I didn't make. I don't think it's made. Possibly, but yeah, he's actually put a ITX motherboard in there with the water cooling.
Okay.
So it looks pretty decent.
Yeah.
It's got I believe it's EK water cooling components in there. Very fancy.
Nice.
So what would you give
Is it-
out of 10 for this one?
I will give it like an 8.
An 8? I'd say the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it. I'll give it an 8.
Yeah.
Fair dues. It does look good. I wish it could possibly be not just a McLaren. Maybe we can do a Lamborghini one, maybe, or a Ferrari one.
It'd be very great if it would actually drive
Yeah.
remote
Okay.
control.
So this one is, I believe, it's an Antec case. Is that right? This is
I think so. Yeah.
Yep. It's, but it's more of a nice PC build rather than mod. Blue. It's got the GeForce RTX in it, just for the build, and it's a nice build, nice blue build. I'm gonna give it a 7. This one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a regular build. It looks good. It's a nice
Yeah.
picture,
Yeah.
but it's nothing extraordinary, modded or crazy out of the box thinking. It's just built,
Mm.
but
Yeah.
it's nice build.
It's nice. Yeah. It's got the Strix motherboard. Look at this one. I like the bends. I like the loop. Hard to.
Yeah.
This is so hard to do, right? You know, yeah. So
Yeah.
Mike, you know how it is. It's really hard to make.
It's not that hard, but you need to practice a little bit.
Yeah. So for this, just for that, because I'm gonna give it 7.5. Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at the
it's
bends
good.
on that. Look at the bends on that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's good. It's very well done.
Yeah, I like this one. 7.5 for this one. It's got
Yeah,
Aorus
and even
motherboard.
the special side panel is I
Yeah.
think it's illuminated too. You cannot see it on the picture, but I think it's illuminated. So
Yeah. Oh, this
Yeah,
one.
I
This
saw
one. Yeah, I saw this one. It's an Egyptian kind of themed. Very nice.
Yeah.
It's got the gold fittings. It's got the nice water block in there.
Yeah.
Bits power gold fittings. This one I'm gonna give it 8. No, 8.5. Just because of the designs. Yeah.
I will give it a 9.5.
Yeah. Wow. 9.5. That's good. That's
Yeah.
good.
Not because it only looks good, but it's also internally the design is completely modified. So there is more work inside of it than you only see.
Yeah, the only comment I would make is that if they made the case itself outside, the whole chassis outside to based on the Egyptian theme as well, that would have been complete then. Yeah, very nice. I like that. It's got the 2 reservoirs in there, and it's got the the Egyptian theme behind it. Yep, nice.
Yeah.
Okay, let's have a look at what's next. We got another one coming up soon. Yeah, I do like this one. This is quite nice. Egyptian theme, gold water.
Even Bits
components.
Power has like really nice golden.
Oh, look, this is one of yours.
Oh, that's mine.
All right. Okay. Tell us a little bit more about this.
Well, actually, this is based on the Belgium case company. It's called monsterlabo.be.
Yep. Yep.
And there are really good friends of me.
Mm-hmm.
I met them in Computex and in CES a few times, and they are starting to try to get on the case manufacturer.
These are they acrylic panels or are they laser etched or what are they?
Yeah, they are like just transparent acrylic laser panels.
How do you
But,
get the gray and black? Is that gray separate or different or the same?
Yeah, so first I wrapped the acrylic panel with vinyl wrap.
Mm-hmm.
There's Battleship Gray.
Ah.
Yeah, and then I laser cut and etched on the same time. So you can, when you laser cut, you can choose between cut or etch.
Yeah.
But if you do it on the same time, you can play around with the settings.
Wow.
And the black is actually the inside of the chassis. You can see the passive heat sinks inside of the chassis. This chassis is completely passive.
Wow.
So no ventilation, but only hot air coming out.
How long did this take you, this project?
I think a month.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's only like laser cut acrylic panel.
Yeah. I do like this. For this, I'm going to give you 9. Okay, Mike? I'm going to give you 9 for this one.
Thank you.
Yeah. Rattle Row says, yep, 9. Yep, it's all good. Yeah, I do like this one. Yeah. So of course we'll have more projects from you with this kind of laser cutting, laser etching, and you're I think you're pretty famous for laser etching and laser cutting all the panels and stuff like that. So stuff like that, you won't see many of these going around. So yeah, nice one. It's well done to you, Mike. Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, I actually have my own laser now, so it's very
yeah. Hey, Raymond's on online. I just saw him. Do you see him on the chat, Raymond?
Oh, right? Yeah.
Oh, this is the one of yours. This is the one. Yeah.
That was the first design I made for the Cooler Master World Series. As you can see in the top, there are 4 flaps, and I reduced it to 3.
3.
Yeah, because I remember some Asian friends of me, they tell me 4 is a bad number, you need 3.
Yeah, 3. True.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is going to be a up-and-coming project. I'd love to see the finished build. So keep us updated, of course. And of course, just share them on on the social media and stuff like that. So yeah, very good. So I'd love to see the end product.
Can I say one more thing about this mod?
Yeah, go on.
The top flaps you see.
Let me just bring up. Let me just bring up the page so you can see what we're talking about right here. So have a look. This one.
Top flaps.
This flap here.
Yeah. So the 3 flaps with the Cooler Master logo.
Mm-hmm.
They will have like this grid fin laser cut inside of it.
Right.
And they will rotate with servo motors.
Oh, they rotate?
Yeah, to adjust the airflow.
Oh, I get you. I see what you mean. So you could have a Raspberry Pi in there to control all this kind of stuff, right?
Yeah.
Or something similar. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah. And
you
have like the motion sensors too. If somebody walks by it and they come close, the flaps will go like.
Right. Nice.
People are like, "Whoa, what the hell is that?"
Okay, so yeah, that was Mods of the Week, guys. So thanks for watching and becoming interested in our mods. These ones are taken from our Facebook page. The let me just here you go. The Facebook group, the Extreme PCM Modding group. So if you want to go and check it out, you can make sure that you have become a member, and of course you can visit the Extreme PCM Modding group on our Facebook group. Great, excellent. So Mike, we'll take a couple of minutes break, and after that we'll talk about the topic of the news announcements earlier the week about the AMD Radeon launch. So yeah, so we'll a couple of minutes break, and we'll be back after this. So enjoy. We'll see you in a sec. Hey guys, and welcome back to the show. Hope you enjoyed that little quick break. That was the intro video that we did a couple of weeks ago. So yeah, let's bring back our guest, Mike. Yeah, so great. Let's have a little chat, see what's online. We have, Raymond was earlier. We got Benjamin. We got Ratro, Akatsumi. We got GTS Slick 44. Yeah, very nice. Bob is still online. That's good. Yeah, Emily, I think she's doing some PR work for some brand. I can't quite remember which brand, but yeah. So everybody's online. That's all good. Let's have a look. Moving on to the topic of the Radeon launch. Let me bring up the topic right here. This one, and of course we heard last week that AMD launched their RX, the Radeon RX 6000 series, and there's lots of talk about how good it is and how bad it is and so on, driver issues or better performance than RTX 3080 and 3090 and so on. So what's your thoughts on the Radeon RX 6000 series? Mike, what do you think? Yep.
Department of the drivers, and it's like, okay, the drivers are okay, but if there's like a new game coming out, like say Cyberpunk will come out, Nvidia always has like the best drivers at the launch, and AMD always has like this 1 week delay uh, to have the best optical drivers then. But in that 1 week, everybody is already playing it, the game.
Yeah.
So that's always the same issue that AMD Radeon has for like the entire existence I know.
But
Maybe in this scenario, it's very different.
yeah, haven't they invested in a whole team of software engineers to develop their drivers? I noticed that they mentioned about having the complete setup with a Ryzen 5000, a Radeon RX 6000 series processor, and then the motherboard as well to go with it. So the whole setup, then you can use the drivers to boost more performance out of the setup. So what do you think about that? I mean, they must have invested in the software engineers to do that, right?
Yeah. Well, that's one good move they did. That was really necessary. If they can bring out now this new line of cards, and they show the world it's the best driver of the moment on the launch of a new game, then their investment worked out very well, and then I will be very pleased, and then I will definitely buy their 6000 series.
Yeah, it's really interesting because AMD have always been good on their prices, and if you compare it to Nvidia, the Nvidia prices are way skyrocketed high, right? And so with AMD, it's always been a kind of gamers. I won't say budget gamer, but the mainstream ordinary gamer can afford. If you're gaming at 1080p, that's more than enough for most gamers. And with if you set on that resolution, AMD is doing just fine. In fact, I've got a couple of Radeon from the older series, 5000 series, and they work fine. Of course, you won't get the full frame rates, but frame rates isn't always meaning better performance in the end. So, especially if you're gaming at 1080p. But I think AMD have made super big strides in terms of challenging. They already, I would say, some people say they already beat Intel. I would say they're on kind of the same level where they've got a kind of whole product line ready for the next 3-4 years. If you look at their roadmap, they've got stuff lined up ready, and this is where they need to be. And if you look at Intel, their roadmap is kind of like half stuck, and And so Intel and AMD, I think, to be honest, in my opinion, because I've always been an AMD fan. Look at all the Ryzens here, right? So I'm an AMD fan, right? I can't fault it. From way back in the day of Pentiums and Athlons. And Pentium 2s were way too expensive, and you can just get an AMD K6 back then. It was almost as good in terms of performance, and in fact, it's only 1/5 of the price. So AMD, I think, definitely in terms of CPU, they are quite competitive, right? In terms of GPU, though, they still got a little bit of way to go, but they're very, very close, and they kind of like each year or each quarter they're getting better and better, and that's what I like about AMD.
If you see the benchmarks now from the new GPU series, they're like way up to the 3900s, the high ends. Some games are even better. Some games are slower, but that depends on driver issues, because like in 2 weeks it can be better on all the games. But they're like up there with the 3900 series, but for like a third of the price less.
Yeah, so definitely. Its price has always been a big advantage. So when you talk about the performance as well, as you know, increased performance means increased amounts of heat. I mean, in other words, like you said, the graphics card from the RX 6000 series, 250 watts to start off with, and goes up to 300 watts. So in terms of cooling, what do you think? The cooling will also kind of work towards or work alongside with the performance? Do they need extra cooling? And how would you think with water cooling, would that help? So what's your thoughts on that?
Well, if you see the reference cards now, they have all like this big massive air coolers on it
Mm.
because they need to, otherwise it won't work.
Yeah.
So, but I don't know if you have really big benefits of water cooling your GPU because it's always limited on the power processor who regulates the power amount of power you can take. So I think for 90% of the people on the market, the standard air cooler is good enough. But yeah, for the case modders, yeah, you cannot go with without water cooling. So
Right.
yeah,
Excellent. Yeah, because this is what I always thought. What's the difference between a water-cooled GPU versus an air-cooled GPU? Is it because just looks, or is it because it will benefit? And to be honest with you, my opinion, it's just for looks. The air cooling is fine. Otherwise, it wouldn't work. If you know. So I think air cooling is just fine. However, they probably be able to add maybe a better kind of fan in terms of controlling the airflow. So if you have a nice airflow and fan designs, for example, and I see a lot of people now having case fans, which then direct the airflow over the graphics card, which will help as well. And of course, spacing your graphics card, how it's spaced out. Because I mean, some people put 2 graphics cards in there as a SLI or Crossfire, and then they, there's not much space in between the graphics card, and that could also, not helpful with the cooling and so on.
For overclocking, it is always the best if you water cool everything, and if you have like this dual setup Crossfire configuration or SLI, even now they say it's dead, but overclockers always use 2 graphics cards, and then they always water cool. So for these minimum margin of people in the world, it's very good. But there are also like this diehard case modders who wants everything water cooled. So yeah, there's also a market for them. But yeah, most of the people, they're good enough with 1 video card and keep it on the air cooling.
Yeah, I'm using I'm still using a GeForce GTX 1070 Ti. It works fine. I'm streaming with it, and it does all my gaming as well. And I do have a 2080 just for testing and things like that. I will probably move on to getting yourself probably a 3080 when it becomes available. And that's one thing I don't like about what's happening with the scalping, right? And all the inflated prices because it's not out of stock and so on. So I'm hoping AMD will solve that issue and not have people scalping all the big GPUs and stuff like that. And we'll see how it goes.
But on the CPU, on the CPU side, they are really good.
Oh yeah, definitely, yeah. I mean, I can't wait to. In fact, I'll probably be getting myself a 3900 XT, and along with some of the builds. In fact, I've got a couple of builds I need. In fact, ASRock has actually sent me a case, the Antec Striker case, and I need to build a mod with it. So I'm not going to do a lot of cutting or maybe do some spray paint, but I want to keep the chassis as is kind of thing, and then maybe do some paint work based on the white themed kind of. Lately, I don't know why I'm doing a lot of white themed PCs. I've got a Radeon in the black kind of casing, the fan casing. I'm gonna paint that white and so on. So yeah. That's the thing with mods. You don't have to buy expensive products to do modding. You can use existing products that you don't even use a lot or use anymore. So rather than using brand new components which cost a lot, you can use existing components. You might as well just mod them, right, and have a bit of fun with it. Yeah. So yeah, in terms of the AMD news announcements, I'm really happy with AMD, and I'm really really kind of like rooting for them to do well, especially with the new Radeons. And in fact, if it does become, the Radeons are not up to scratch, I'm sure they got something lined up. I mean, they probably have the 6950 XT or something coming along. And I'm hoping that they have a really good fight with AMD because Nvidia, because Nvidia has always been the dominant kind of graphics card manufacturer, and hoping that AMD then can at least compete. Yeah.
Well, Nvidia still is the way it's meant to be played, but yeah, if they have to drop their prices a little bit, then they are like king of the market. So
Here you go. Bob says, "Get this guy a new GPU." Yeah, please sponsor me. Give me one. I'm
yeah,
not.
but
Hey,
they have to make more because nobody has one.
yeah, maybe. Hey, maybe you can donate one for me, Bob. Tony Jara says SLI is dead, really. And then Vincent says very nice. Oh, is that Petereyns? Is that hi honey? Who's that? Is that your
Yeah, that's my wife.
your wife?
Yeah,
Yeah, she's watching the show. Well done, thanks.
yeah,
Thanks for
she's my
supporting
biggest
us.
fan.
Great, excellent. All right, so AMD over and done with the topic. Let's move on to our competition. Yes, live prize giveaways. Yes, so let's do this.
It's this week's live prize giveaway.
Right. Hey, check it out. I've got a couple of things to give away. Let me see if I can switch over the screen and look at this. We've got one of these to give away. It's a, yeah, if you can see it. See that?
Razer.
Yeah, it's a Razer pin badge. Very nice. Very
Okay.
nice. Yeah, that along with a Zotac USB pouch leather. I think it's leather, possibly not, but it's got the USB kind of power connectors.
USB stick.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Now
yeah.
I see, yeah.
It's a 3-in-1 power cable connector for charging your phones and things like that. So I've got one of these, and I'm bunging the Razer pin badge. Very nice pin badge to go in there. And also I've got this Viper Gaming lanyard from Patriot.
Okay.
So bung that in there as well. So you got 3 items in a little bag. So so Mike, as usual, we'll do in the chat. So I want those viewers to type in the chat. What you want to type in the chat? What do you want them to type in the chat?
I want them to type mud on.
What's that? Mother.
No, it's called mud on. Like keep on mudding. Mud on.
Oh, mod on. Okay, mod on.
Yeah.
Okay,
Mud
here you
on.
go.
No,
Mod
no, no.
on.
With one D.
Well, 1D? 1D. Oh,
Yeah.
mod on. Okay, mod on. So let me
Yeah,
type
like
in.
this.
Yeah, mod on. Type in mod on. Let me just type that in the chat now. Type mod on.
Yeah.
So here you go. Type mod on. MODON. And you'll be in for a chance to win this lovely little pouch with the Razer pin badge, the Viper lanyard, as well as the Zotac USB cable, data cable, all in one there. Okay, mod on. Yes, mod on. And the entries are coming in. Great. So let those guys type all those entries in there, and we'll see how we go. So any future projects apart from this Cooler Master one? Have you got any things lined up apart from that?
Yeah, I have another Cooler Master invitational build that will be.
Oh, there's a question I wanted to ask you. The Cooler Master Invitational and the Thermal Take Invitational, are those the 2 major ones that are available right now? Or there's another one?
There are a few ones, but the Thermal Take and the Cooler Master are like the big ones. They have like hundreds of subscribers and guys who participate, or even thousands, I think. But there are a lot of smaller ones. You have like the Canadian modding trophy. You have the German Gamescom case modding competition, the Paris Games Week case modding competition. You have the BitTech mod of the month competition. You have a lot of competitions everywhere, smaller, bigger ones. But yeah, the Thermal Take and Cooler Master are the 2 biggest in the world.
Right. And these the Cooler Master one and Thermal Take one, they have invites for all of the world, right? It's not just one region. They have all over the world. And is it done every quarter, or is it done over like a yearly? Yearly. Okay, yearly.
Yeah.
And who actually decides the winner? Is it the Cooler Master themselves, or the brand themselves, or is it? Do they bring in judges? How does it work?
Yeah, it's a mix. It's a mix between influencers, the company themselves, judges like ex-pro modders who quit modding but are still influencing the modding scene with a lot of knowledge and all that stuff. Yeah, these guys are like the judges, and then you have also public votes where you can spam your link to on all socials and get votes. But that's getting less popular for the last 2-3 years because it depends a lot of your reach online, and it doesn't really reflect on the quality of your build. It just reflects how much people know you.
All right. So if you have a big fan following, if you create a mod and people follow you, you could actually be a winner, even though your mod isn't as good as probably a well-known one.
In the past it was like this, but now they're changing the style of the points calculation. It doesn't really have a big impact anymore, but it has a small impact. And the small difference can make a big difference.
Yeah. And do they have like a time limit to build this mod? Is there like a time frame?
Yeah.
How long usually?
Most of the time you have time enough. You have like 6 to 8 months.
Oh wow, 6 to 8 months. Okay.
Yeah. Most of the time you have time enough, but it doesn't mean you can do it on an easy pace. You really need to update it weekly or maybe daily, your work log, and keep on processing it every week, every day until you've finished. And before you know it, you reach your deadline, and the 6 months fly by like seconds.
Right. So definitely they have a time frame where they need to build a mod, and then of course then submit it daily, like a daily build log, right? Okay.
Yeah. Or weekly.
Yeah. All right. So we've actually asked the viewers to type in mod on for a chance to win a goodie bag, and inside the goodie bag we have the Razer pin badge, very limited edition one, very nice. We also have a Viper lanyard, as well as the Zotac 3 USB kind of data cable, charging cable. So it's all in this pouch. Right, so I'm going to do this as usual, count to 5 or count down 5, and wherever the mouse lands, you're the winner. You actually don't see this, guys, but me and Mike will see it. So wherever the mouse lands, you are the winner. So here we go.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And we have a winner. It's this one. Valdas. I can't pronounce the name. Sorry. Sorry, guys. Let me just type that in the chat. You're the winner.
Valdas.
Yeah. There you go.
He's the winner.
You are the winner. Okay, great. So, guys, if you're the winner, you need to send me your shipping address, telephone number, and of course your full name to media@funkykit.com. Here's the address. So well done. All right, moving on, we have another prize giveaway. So let me just bring this up. This one is, as usual, my Funky Kit t-shirt. Yes, Mike, I should actually give you one of these.
Oh yeah,
it's a Funky Kit t-shirt. Yes, nice Funky Kit logo, nice navy blue. Nice. Nothing in the front, so you can actually put your own logo in there if you want. Embroider your own logo. So there's nothing in the front, you can actually put your own. And then at the back we got Funky Kit with our logo. Very nice. So we got one of these to give away in a large. So in the chat, what do you think? What do you think we should get our viewers to type in, Mike?
Yeah.
Here we go.
I would say
I'm gonna take over and say, look, type in I love MP Customize. Yes, type that in right now because you want to support Mike in all his causes. Of course, his mods. Support him. Visit his page. Like his social media, and of course share. So I love MP Customize. Right, type that in right now. Let me just give it a little example so you guys know what to do. I love MP Customized with a Z. Is that right?
Yeah.
Right, type that in right now in the chat. Okay, guys. And you'll be in for a chance to win this lovely Funkit t-shirt. Yes, very nice. Look at that.
Quality.
Quality, yes. All right, excellent. So let's have a chat quickly. What's your plans for? There's not much happening towards the end of the year. It's November right now. So any plans for next year? Have you got any things that you want to plan to do, or plan to, if the airlines start and the restrictions, travel restrictions are lifted, what would you plan to do? Where do you want to travel? What's your plans for next year?
Yeah. So actually, the plans I had for this year kind of put on hold. So I hope the plans will continue next year, because this year would be my big year, and it's all like on hold now.
On hold. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I hope next year I hope to bring out a case I designed myself in a cooperation with another brand that is currently in processing it to manufacture it on big scale.
Oh, so you can have your own brand of case. Nice.
Yeah.
So
no, it's not my own brand of case, but it will be a case I designed.
Yeah.
And it's now in a cooperation with another big brand, and it will be launched next year, and it will have my name on it with my shades on it.
Oh, nice. Yeah. So that's your logo, right? You have your nice. Okay, cool. What kind of case is that? Is that like a mini ATX, midi tower, full tower? Is that it's going to be a whole range of products? Cases.
Yeah, I think with the concept case I designed, they have a ton of ideas to bring out entire new line of chassis. But the case I designed is more like a tower chassis. So
a tower.
I think they can make it bigger or smaller. It depends.
And with this tower case, it's going to be, of course, suitable for water cooling, of course. Yes.
Yeah.
And will it have windows, side panels, and things like that? Like you
can choose
tempered glass. Oh, okay, you could choose, and it will have, of course, your branding, your logo, and everything. So yeah, it is going to look good. It's going to look good.
Yeah, I can say one thing.
Yeah.
It will have a dual loop integration in the chassis.
Dual loop? How with the? Okay, cool. That means you'll have integrated. Oh, okay. I got you. So you don't even need to get. Oh yeah. Okay. I get you. I get the idea. I don't want to say too much, but I know the idea. So you can have dual loops in there. Okay. Nice. Yeah. And kind of, what's the time frame you're looking at? Towards the end of next year or middle of next year?
Well, as I was working on it last year already, and it would be released this year. I think the final product is almost ready. So I think the release will be in Computex.
Oh wow! Okay, cool. I'm hoping Computex. Fingers crossed. I'm hoping Computex will go ahead next year. Then we can actually see your product live with all its glory, with all the stuff included, and I'd love to see the product in real life. Yeah, excellent.
It's something like Der Bauer did with Leon Lee.
Oh, nice. Okay, cool. All right. Okay, let's have a look. Let's pick a winner. So as usual, we'll count down to 5, and wherever the mouse lands, you're the winner. Okay, so here we go.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay, we have a winner. This one is Aries 25AU. You are the winner. Well done. Woo-hoo. Aries. Woohoo! I'm going to give it a clap. Yeah. And you are?
Awesome.
Aries, Aries 25. Is that 25? Yeah. Aries 25. You're the winner.
Yeah.
All right, so just type that in. You are the winner. Again, type in the shipping address, name, and telephone number to media@funkygit.com. Here you go. Well done, guys. So we'll quickly have a look at the page on our website where we got some competition announcements as well to make. So let me switch over to the website right here, and as you can see, our competition giveaways right here, and we got some winners from last week, or actually picked this week. And the winner is Christina V and Bryce Talbot. So these are the two winners. One each will get the ASRock B450 ITX motherboard. So basically, you just had to watch a couple of videos, like our page on our social media and so on. And these were randomly picked from GiveLab. So well done, guys. Closing date was today. Well, actually midnight. That was kind of yesterday actually. So well done. Yeah. Excellent. So great. So guys, all you need to do is send me your shipping address and telephone number as well as your name to media@funkykit.com. You have 7 days to claim your prize. So well done.
All right.
And as far as other giveaways is concerned, we'll have more from ASRock, because ASRock's been sponsoring our prize giveaways quite a lot lately, and we'll also have our own. We're going to probably give away for this coming Christmas or holiday season, end of November. We're going to pick a winner for a massive $200 Amazon gift card. Yes, isn't that great, Mike? So
that is perfect.
So you guys can use that Amazon gift card to buy your upgrades. You can even buy groceries with it. Whatever, it's your money to do. $200 US, $200 Amazon gift card. So make sure you actually visit our website and actually sign up for our prize giveaway. So $200 Amazon gift card for this month, end of this month. We'll be announcing the winner for that. Nice. All right, so we'll wrap it up with next week's preview. We got some reviews from Chris as well as Bart. We got some nice reviews, and of course make sure that you visit our website for more news, reviews and hot tips. Visit our YouTube channel, subscribe, and of course go to the Extreme PC and Modding group and become a member, and actually join Mike with appreciating all the mods that are out there. And of course, if you have a mod, you can actually post it on our Facebook group. So with that, then
too.
Yes, of course. Visit MP Customize and support Mike with all his mods, and of course give it some love. All right. Any closing words, Mike?
Yeah. So thank you for having me. It is always very nice to talk to you. And in these crazy days, it's the only way how we can communicate now. So if it has to be done in this way, it has to be done in this way. But next year we will be at Computex.
Yes, exactly. And I would love to see some of the new stuff that you have for Computex, and of course your new case when it has come out. And give us some more information about that. If you have any news and announcements about your new case, pricing wise, and of course where to buy and so on, please send us an email. Post it on your social, and then we can actually share it via our website as well. So yeah, thanks guys for watching. I think we'll wrap it up, and of course next week we'll have more news, reviews and hot tips, and as well as free prize giveaways, live prize giveaways, news and announcements, competitions, and of course some special guests. And so until next week, see you later.
All right.
Thanks Mike.
Funky Kit.
Funky Kit. Bye bye.